Okay, also ich bin schon mal vor Ort. Ah, genau, du auch. Odo hat um Hilfe gerufen. Und dann würde ich sagen, am Rande des Universums gehen wir nach Hause.
Ja, lieber telefonieren.
Hauptsache, das Schiff ist wieder ganz. Jetzt kommt eine Rückblende, okay.
What's happening?
Yes, Garak, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not ceramic tech.
Genau. Das war das, was Quark entdeckt hatte. Die Maschinen, die andere war von Bajor.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
Tja, war nicht viel mit kommunizieren.
We can't hold off the Hur'q forever.
Alliance forces are spread too thin
Große
to
Nagus
help,
und
Quark.
seine Frau.
We need the Klingons, brother. Otherwise we're doomed.
Sword of Kalis, as promised.
Once again.
Alles sehr leise, aber kann man leider auch nicht lauter machen. Ist halt so. Aber haben wir ja eh schon alles erlebt, gesehen, gespielt.
You're rolling it. The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. As we speak, every Hur'q in the quadrant is homing in on the signal.
And now the conclusion.
Und da
I arrived
sind
here
wir
ahead of
drin.
you, and I've already engaged the Hur'q near the planet. You've made your point, Garak. Deactivate the Hur'q lure device you placed on the home world before this gets out of hand.
I'm afraid that's the problem, Ambassador. I deactivated it several minutes ago.
Ups.
Then why are the Hur'q still attacking? Don't play games with me here, Garak. I'm warning you.
Perhaps they're still attacking due to a deep hatred of your people. After all, the Founders are directly responsible for their state of mind, body, and soul. I can't say I blame them for...
Enough! Both of you. We don't have time for this. There's bigger problems to deal with here, starting with that swarm of Hur'q vessels nearby.
Agreed. My fleet is already engaged near the planet, but Hur'q reinforcements keep arriving. Try to punch through the swarms so we can join up.
Let's go, würde ich sagen. Lasst uns ihnen mal so richtig zeigen, wo es hier lang geht.
Yes, since yours failed in a spectacular fashion.
Has it? Some might argue it succeeded beyond expectation.
Target shield.
Nein, Schwärmer, heute nicht. Sucht euch jemand anders, bei dem ihr platzen könnt.
Erinnert mich so ein bisschen an die Haus-Mokai-Taktik. Die Mokai-Raider haben ähnliche abgefahrene Ideen.
Ja.
This is the Chimera. We're here to help.
Ach, schau an.
Noch ist da.
Dann gehen wir mal Odo ein bisschen unter die Arme greifen.
My ship won't last much longer. We need to deal with the swarm attacking it immediately.
Rear shield failing. All detectors below 7
Jetzt hätte man gerne eine Graviquelle. Das ist schön, wieder im eigenen Schiff zu sein.
Ja, einfach genug Platz.
Genug Platz, genügend Wasser. Es ändert nicht ständig die Form. Ui. Ach, da kommen noch mehr. Noch kein Feierabend. Was für ein Blitzlichtgewitter.
Yep.
So. Noch mehr. Okay. Kriegen euch alle klein hier. Ganz langsam haben wir uns eingespielt.
Well done. The ship's taken heavy damage, but she'll survive.
Oh, we've bought ourselves some time. Let's hope it's enough. Julian, is your plan ready? It may be our best hope to end things now.
It's as ready as possible, Captain. The challenge of frontier medicine, I'm afraid, is that there is never enough time. I've created a program that will enable the Hur'q to synthesize the compound they need to come to their senses. I've also put together a core sample of the compound for them to utilize in mass production. That is the easy part.
Hat einen merkwürdigen Humor.
And the hard part? What do you need to make this happen?
From what we've learned about the Hur'q, the best way to make this happen will be to enter the data into one of their core computer systems. It'll need to be a command-level system with fleet-wide override authority. Systems of that caliber are only found on Hur'q dreadnoughts.
There's a Hur'q dreadnought heading toward the planet as we speak. It's slow, so we should be able to intercept it. I recommend we engage that ship and disable it, if possible. We'll need to get a team on board to carry out
Auf
Julian's
einen Hur'q Dreadnought beamen.
Und Stress.
Nicht nur Stress, da gibt es bestimmt allerhand interessante Sachen, die man borgen oder finden oder behalten kann.
Bergungsoperation. Ja.
Genau. Weil ich glaube nicht, dass wir hier ordentlich bezahlt werden. Wir müssen für unseren Gewinn schon etwas tun.
We did it. The Dreadnought's disabled. That ship is still crawling with Hur'q, though. Make sure your away teams are ready for a fight.
Das werden wir wie
I'll
immer
send some of my
zusammenstellen.
best. Dukan Rex will lead a Jem'Hadar away team, while Loris will assist Dr. Bashir.
Right. Let's get the away teams on that Dreadnought before it calls for backup.
Loris and I have all we need. We're ready to beam over when you are.
Na, das sind wir doch. So, ich nehme Herrn Nallo mit und dann kannst du gucken, wen du 2 mitnehmen möchtest.
Denke mal. Ich nehme einfach meine beiden Chaoten mit.
Okay. Dann machen wir mal chaotische Dinge an Bord.
We'll need to find their central computer core. Once we're there, I'll begin the override process that will allow us to transmit our data on the cure. When that's done, we can instruct each ship in their fleet to replicate the cure and distribute it to every Hur'q on board. Of course, we need to reach the command center in one piece to do so.
Echt in einem Stück? Oh, merkwürdiges Menschlein. Okay.
Außerdem finde ich das immer sehr spaßig, wenn Mariner wieder durchdreht und sich in den Nahkampf stürzt. Das ist einfach...
Na dann, gucken wir mal, was wir hier mitnehmen, einsammeln und erbeuten können.
Get ready to fight.
Ein bisschen Lava, ein bisschen Spaß. Oh, da ist wieder so ein großer. Autsch. Frechheit. Oh.
Ja, dieses Plasmagrün hat euch erwischt.
Okay. So geht das aber nicht.
War so nicht geplant.
Nee, habe ich nicht drauf geachtet. Na gut. Dann, wo müssen wir denn lang? Da lang? Doch, echt? Das ist auch so Plasmagrün. Ein bisschen Wirbelsturm. Ein bisschen Lava und Agonie und überhaupt. So. Da muss ich schon ein bisschen besser aufpassen.
Ja, oder dieses...
Was? Bediensteter. Ich habe Bademeister gelesen. Dachte mir, okay, vielleicht baden die ja in diesem grünen Zeug.
Pulsarwaffen, der Hur'q, das ist...
Ja. Macht keine Freude. So, hinter uns ist sauber. Nein, da renne ich nicht rein. Noch ein Bademeister. Mamma mia. Okay, komische Kugel, die schwebt.
Macht anscheinend nichts.
Ach du Freude, schöner Götterfunken. Dann braten wir euch erstmal eine Runde.
Ja. Aber, wie soll ich das sagen, dieser Insektenschwamm hat ein Klingonenproblem. Und
So kann man es sagen, ja. Hey, nicht verstecken dahinter. Na, die Aufseher halten schon ein bisschen was aus. Aber noch nicht so richtig was gefunden, was man hier mitnehmen könnte. Was sich lohnt. Oh, das ist ja so hell hier. Mann, die kommen ja von allen Seiten. Leute, sogar von hinten. Okay.
wir sind umzingelt.
Wir haben sie umzingelt.
Von innen, ja.
Ne? So. Haben wir doch gut
Hier sind
aufgeräumt.
unsere beiden. Jo, jo.
Excellent work. It's time for Loris and I to finish this. Keep your weapons handy, however. We're breaking into a secure computer system here. The Hur'q are bound to take offense. Keep them busy while we do our work, or this will be a wasted trip.
Wir sorgen dafür. Das kriegen wir schon hin. Irgendwie. Problem ist, dass sie von allen Seiten kommen.
Ja, jetzt in alle Richtungen schießen.
Mhm.
This one goes here, that one goes there.
Auch ist es im Stress.
Man hört
Saving
es.
time by inverting the feed now instead of later.
Da hatte jemand Agonie bestellt. Mit,
Doctor, I thought you were supposed to be Starfleet's best and brightest.
mein Gott.
I wouldn't even be in Starfleet anymore if it weren't for this Hur'q nonsense.
Aber man könnte auch sagen, Loris, beschwer dich doch bei den Gründern.
Mhm.
We're running out of time, Doctor.
Perhaps you know a faster way to translate Hur'q language and reverse engineer their technology.
Da haben wir ja schön zu tun hier. Aber sie kommen voran. Oh, ich bin ein Schwarmdämpfer. Was für eine schöne Auszeichnung. Hallo, mein Name ist Blub und ich bin Schwarmdämpfer.
So, Käferklatscher wäre angemessen.
Richtig. Das wäre passender. Ah, fast geschafft. Haut der mich da einfach runter? Eine Frechheit.
Fertig.
Mhm.
Almost ready here. The system needs the physical samples of the cure for final analysis and processing. Shall I proceed?
Ja, bitte, unbedingt. Oh nein, nicht er schon wieder.
Are you insane, Weyoun? That was our last hope.
How is this possible? You were in prison.
I was liberated by those who still served the true founders. Not everyone is a traitor to the Dominion, after all.
There is only one traitor here, Weyoun. It's time you paid the price for your treachery.
Pathetic. You can't even kill someone properly. Allow me to instruct you. You, Jemadar, make yourself useful. Kill them. Giving you an order. Open fire. Kill them now.
I think not.
He's gone.
And not a moment too soon.
Bashir to command. Everyone, we have a problem.
Toll. Die ganze Schlacht umsonst hier.
Dieser Horter war definitiv zu viel.
Mhm. Zu oft. So, dann beamen wir mal hoch. Das war ja erfolglos.
That Hur'q fleet is about to attack our position. We need to give the doctor the time he needs to transmit data on the cure.
Okay. Dann machen wir halt hier weiter. Ach Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott. Das sind aber wirklich eine Menge. Feuer frei wäre hier besser.
Ja, eine einfache Lösung wäre mehr von unseren Raumschiffen.
Brilliant observation, Quark. What do you want?
Forgive my brother, Odo. We're here to help.
The Ferengi cavalry? I thought I'd seen everything.
Oh, the best is yet to come, Odo. Say hello to my dangerous friends.
Well, Quark, we're waiting.
Rom, where are they?
Lose something? Like your nerve, perhaps?
Long ago, Takuvma, the Unforgettable, lit the beacon of Kalis to restore glory to the Empire. Today, a new torchbearer, Worf, son of Moog, does the same. United, we now go to fight the enemy of our ancestors. Today, we will fight the Hur'q.
Typisch klingonisch. Es ist immer Zeit für eine gute lange Rede. Egal wie der Kampf tobt.
Has been returned to us. Join me now in honorable combat. Show the Hur'q what it truly means to be Klingon. For Kalis, for the Empire, Kapla!
Schön geschrien. Gut gebrüllt, mein Löwe.
Sich wieder ums Geschäft zu kümmern.
Genau. Während ihr noch ein bisschen schreit und Heldentaten besingt, kämpfen wir schon mal. Ich hasse Schwärmer, die neben mir explodieren.
Leuchte das Ganze mal. Einfach mal kahles Licht anmachen.
Gut. Der wäre auch weg. Hamas. Ich glaube, wir haben es. Ja.
Yep.
The arrival of the Klingons has given us more time in space, but the situation on the surface is dire. Hur'q's forces are breaking the Jem'Hadar defense lines. We need to do what we can to help. I'm beaming directly to the Great Link to aid my people.
Okay.
The time has come. The Hur'q mean to ravage everything
Und er hält
in
wieder
their
eine
path.
Rede.
We will not allow it.
Muss er.
We will stand against them, as Kalis once stood. Defiant
General muss
and
sein.
proud. Fight well, and if need be, die well. Kapla!
Ich bevorzuge das Campen. Na gut, dann fliegen wir mal näher an den Planeten ran. Und beamen mal in der Konstellation von eben wieder runter.
Whom do we seek? Kalis! How do we find him? together! Kalis, give us light to see forever! Will he hide from us always? Never!
Schönes
Noch
Gedicht.
gereimt.
Mhm.
It's worse than we thought. Most of the Jem'Hadar lines have been broken. Even the Great Link is in danger. I'm going to coordinate our defenses at the link. Meet me there.
We'll meet you there as soon as we can. And Odo, be careful.
The Jem'Hadar have come to our aid. Now, we will return the favor.
Okay, genug der Reden.
Auf geht's.
Wir haben was zu tun. Okay. Erste Linie. Da vorne.
You fight well. Good. There are many Hur'q between us and the Great Link.
Dann gehen wir hier mal weiter runter. Oh. Du hütest hier gar nichts mehr.
We won't last long out in the open like this.
Odo to Kira. We're fortifying our position near the Great Link.
Understood. We're on our way.
I must confess my surprise at seeing you here.
Ja, komm. Rede mit jemand anders. So, wir haben uns gesammelt. Wunderbar.
Hey. Da. Schauen wir mal.
Ah, wir kommen der Sache näher. Jawohl. Die schießen von hinten. Was für Frechheit.
Der Wechselbalg hier ist geschmolzen.
Ach, da ist der nächste.
Ich sehe hier auch einen.
Oh, das ist ganz schlecht. Das ist ganz schlecht. Ich hänge hier fest. Ich komme hier nicht weg. Ich schwebe in der Luft. Ich hänge hier fest. Komm hier nicht weg. Ich schwebe in der Luft. Ich habe mich festgebackt.
Ja, wir haben sich in den Felsen geballert.
Mhm. Wie komme ich denn da jetzt hoch? Gar nicht. Kann mich mal bitte jemand eliminieren, damit ich neu anfangen kann? Oh Mann.
Ich probier mal was. Kannst du Kit-Module benutzen?
Ja, denke. Ja. Kann ich.
Schau ich mal, ob ich uns helfen kann. Ich habe natürlich sowas alles nicht. Ich frag mal mein Karama.
Ah, ich bin frei. Okay.
Ah, supi.
Irgendwann hat es beim 10. Mal hochhopsen dann doch geklappt, aber wow. Das war ja seltsam.
Ich hätte sonst einen Subraumfaltentransporter gesucht.
Mhm.
So ein Teleportationsgerät.
Das ist ja hinterhältig. Das ist ja schlimmer als die Hur'q hier. Die Felsen sind die wahren Gegner.
Aber da ist noch ein Gründer zum Belästigen über.
Mhm.
Ich renn da mal eben hin.
Ja.
I don't know you, Solid, but I'm your.
Ja, dann haben wir alle 4.
Solid.
Dann gehen wir mal nach unten. Hallo Odo. Odo, über die Felsen hier auf diesem Planeten müssen wir echt mal ernsthaft ein Wort reden. Das geht so nicht.
You made it.
Fressen Leute.
We're going to need all the help we can get here. It looks like the Hur'q are focusing their attacks on the link. I've called for reinforcements, but most of our lines have been overrun. We're going to make a stand here and hope the doctor's plan is successful. If not, if we fail, this may be the day that...
Okay, dann halten wir mal die Stellung, würde ich sagen. Oh ja, und da kommt auch schon genügend an, gegen die wir die verteidigen können.
Please tell me you have more Jem'Hadar coming to help.
The call's been sent, but they may not arrive in time.
We'll do what we can with what we have then.
As always, until the end.
Artillerie wäre jetzt gut.
Was wäre gut?
I'm not sure I like the way you said that, okay?
Ja. Ui, der rennt hier aber schnell durch. So nicht, mein Freund.
If we don't make it.
No, now is not the time for this discussion.
Look around. There may not be a better time.
Das ist schön, ihr beiden. Quatscht ihr ruhig eine Weile.
You're right. And I understand what you did.
Ich bin immer wieder
Wir
überrascht.
kämpfen hier und die machen einen auf Romeo und Julia.
Ja.
Sorry, for everything.
Yes. And I forgive you.
I know. I feel the same.
Ach Gott, jetzt vergebt euch endlich.
Er sagt, nehmt euch ein Zimmer.
Ja, genau. Lava mögen sie irgendwie nicht. Verstehe ich gar nicht.
Mariner mitten im Gewühl.
So wie man das von ihr kennt.
Ja.
Immer mittendrauf.
Ja. Nachher geht sie wieder auf die Krankenstation mit ihren neuen Narben angeben.
Nerys, are you hurt?
It's just a scratch. I'm fine. We're losing ground here, Odo. Keep fighting.
We can't hold this position much longer.
That's Jem'Hadar, for we're about to die, Doctor. Are you ready?
Not without the Ketracell components needed for the cure.
Ketracell. Yes. Victory.
Wait! Stop!
Is life.
Ouch.
It seems the battle is over, but how? What happened up there, Doctor?
I believe Dukan Rex realized that his own body contained the Ketracell material I needed to finalize the cure. He extracted what we needed at the cost of his life. Once the Hur'q were able to synthesize the cure, they came to their senses and called for an immediate ceasefire. Their forces are withdrawing as we speak. It's over, Odo. I won't say we've won, but it's over.
Na gut. Ich kann es noch gar nicht glauben, dass wir das geschafft haben, aber irgendwie sind wir hier durchgekommen und fliegen jetzt zurück nach DS9.
Nur die Beute hätte besser sein können oder die Bezahlung.
Das kannst du laut sagen.
There was nothing I could do for him on the Hur'q Dreadnought. The Ketracell extraction process was too devastating. Odo, you treated him like a son when we first found him on DS9, and I'm truly sorry.
He didn't even have a name when he left us. I'll make sure the name he found is never forgotten. I remember his first days on the station. All he wanted to do was fight. Didn't matter who.
Das klingt nach einem Klingon.
When he left, I thought I'd never see him again. Or if I did, it'd be as enemies. The man I met years later still knew how to fight, but his reasons for doing so had changed dramatically. I'm proud to have known him. I wish I could have done more in the end. I suppose you're right. I believe Nerys, Captain Kira, was looking for you. She was at the Temple of the Prophets last I checked. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to pay my respects. We'll talk more later.
Zum Tempel der Propheten. Ach ey, wo war denn das nochmal? Hier Barf? Hier lang. Falsche Richtung. Genau.
Ja, man muss so lange genug rennen. Zum Glück ist das Ding hier ein großer Kreis.
Genau, irgendwann kommen wir immer an. So. Major Kira.
And here we are.
Opaka.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Funny you should mention that. After we got back, Starfleet Command offered me a number of postings. Even the center chair on one of those shiny new cruisers.
Sag ich doch, sie kehrt nach DS9 zurück. Da
But
passt sie
I chose
auch
to
hin.
join the command staff here on DS9. Bajor and the Celestial Temple mean a lot to me, and this station is a good place to keep them both safe. Subtle, but you're not wrong. Odo and I have a lot to work out before we're back to where we were, but we've taken a few good steps in that direction. I think it'll work out. Eventually. He's a hard man to read sometimes.
It is good to see you once more. I was hoping we'd have a moment to speak on an important matter before your duties take you back to the stars. My thoughts often return to the Orb of Peace. It was no coincidence that it was found in the Gamma Quadrant, in the midst of 2 warring tribes. I believe it to be a message from the prophets, one of guidance in troubled times. Now that the conflict with the Hur'q has ended, I feel it's time to explore this omen more thoroughly. The recent vision experienced by Loris is truly remarkable. That the prophets would speak to a Vorta. Again, this is no coincidence. Simply put, I believe the orb is meant to broker a lasting peace between the people of our quadrants and the Dominion.
Hello again, my friend. It pleases me to see you. I thankfully know. Rather, it involves the Orb of Peace that you returned with Kaiopaka. It has spoken to me. I've been exploring the meaning of that experience with the Kai and Captain Kira. They are, after all, experts on such matters. While we all find it curious that an orb of the prophets would speak to a Vorta, we also agree it would be foolish to ignore it. With the blessings of Founder Odo, I have been transferred to this quadrant to continue my studies of the orb and the prophets. I shall also serve as Founder Odo's representative here. Diplomacy is my specialty, after all. I'm sure we'll be seeing one another again. May the blessings of the Founders and the prophets be yours.
Thank you for coming to visit. After all we've been through, it means a lot to have friends, even if it reminds me of the ones we miss. Speaking of reunions, I think General Martok is leading the charge against the Bloodwine at Quark.
Die Vernichtung des
I'm sure he'd want to congratulate you on another glorious victory.
Ja, und ich muss sagen, die Gründer haben es vergeigt und einer ihrer versklavten Jem'Hadar hat die Sache dann gerettet.
Mhm. Sagt auch viel aus. So. Hallo Quark. Ach hey.
Die wollen alle mit uns reden.
Oh.
I am forever indebted to you.
Ach,
Without your
die Schildkröte.
efforts, I would walk the path of exile for the rest of my days. Now, I will help make amends for all that has happened during Zencast's terrible crusade.
Gut, gut. Lita,
Oh, I'm
halt dich
so
kurz.
glad to see this come to an end. But not as glad as everyone back on Ferenginar. It's a celebration of Rule 35 like no one's ever seen before. I mean, peace may be good for business, but things are really getting out of hand. When word got out that the Gamma Quadrant was open for business, the new Latinum rush was on. Open borders and free trade policies? My husband was practically weeping with joy. Oh, poor Odo. He thought he had his hands full with Quark on DS9. Now, he's gonna have an entire quadrant full of Ferengi.
Das ist doch mal eine schöne Aufgabe. Ferengis quer durch die Galaxis.
We'll be here at DS9 until my ship is repaired. Fortunately, I have exclusive rights to the holosim of the battle. The sales of that alone
Ich glaube,
will cover
diese
the cost of
Holosim werde ich mir
repairs
mal
and
ausleihen.
then some.
Später. Viel später.
I don't like to think about how close to disaster we were, though. Fortunately, there were people like you out there to bring us all back from the brink. All those adventures. You've got quite a story to tell. That reminds me. Have you ever considered making a hollow biography?
Also werde ich
I think your life story would be quite
meine
popular
Geschichte
and
öffentlich zu
profitable.
machen.
I'll make you a very generous offer for the rights. and
Tut
cut
mir
you in
leid,
on a
Sie
share
sind
of
zu
the
spät.
profits.
YouTube war schneller.
Suit yourself. The offer still stands if you change your mind.
We
Dennoch.
need to stop running into each other when the fate of the galaxy is on the line. I'd be fine with drinks here at Uncle's bar, or some baseball on the holodeck. That said, I can't think of too many people I trust when everything's on the line. Glad you are here for this. Starfleet's assigned the Chimera to peacekeeping duty in Hur'q space. We'll be working with the Joint Task Force to help the Hur'q get back on their feet again as well. There's a lot to be done, but we want to help them rejoin the galactic community. It is, but my crew is up for the challenge. They're some of Starfleet's best. Take care of yourself out there.
Machen wir.
Don't be a...
Das machen wir. So, bevor wir mit dem edlen Martok reden, das kann dann Stunden dauern, reden wir kurz mit Quark.
Welcome back. Seeing as this is a private
Meine
party and I'm
Freigetränke,
in an
ich
unusually
könnte
generous
weinen.
mood.
Ja, die gehen nicht
Yo,
aufs
did you
Haus.
take a hit to the head in that fight? I'm in a good mood.
Gut gelaunt, aber nicht wahnsinnig.
Half off. Take it or leave it. That's more like it. Don't take it personally. You could be Odo. His drinks, 50% markup. Can I get you something?
Danke, mir geht's gut. So, Martok, du hast das letzte Wort.
A hard-fought battle
Oh, und er fängt
and
an.
a well-earned victory. And yet, we almost missed it. Our fleet would have never left the Empire if it weren't for the sword's return. Grilka tells me her former mate, Quark, had something to do with that. The sacred blade of Kalis, returned to the Empire by a Ferengi. Madness! Yes, it was Worf's idea to ignite the beacon of Kalis. A bold move, but it paid off. Only a coward could refuse such a call to arms. The legend of Kalis is stronger than ever. It would not surprise me.
Oh nein,
if
nicht
the
noch
High
einen neuen
Council
Klon.
moved
Nicht schon
to
wieder ein
create
Vollstrank
a new
Akaris.
clone of the
Brauchen wir
Emperor.
wirklich nicht.
There is
Wir haben doch große Helden.
great
Einer
power
steht vor uns.
in legend, after all.
Interesting. There's a message from Garak on my monitor here. Text only. He wants you to meet him at his old
Okay,
tailor shop. I
wir müssen
wouldn't
also
keep him
noch
waiting.
einen weiteren Besuch abstatten. Lita, geh mal bitte aus dem Weg, sonst komme ich hier nicht vorbei.
Ja.
Garak, Garak, Garak. Wo war Garak?
Hier in seinem Schneiderladen. Ich mach mal die Leuchtreklame.
Ah.
Und Kumakel!
Oh nein. Oh nein.
Doch.
Oh nein, na gut, dann erst sie.
The conflict may be over, but there's still plenty of work to be done. The Lucari have offered to help the Hur'q restore their homeworld's ecosystem, and they've accepted. Dr. Bashir will be working with us on this. It's our goal to ensure that no Hur'q will go without nourishment again.
Wunderbar, euphorisch wie
Some time
immer.
ago, I hoped for a path to peaceful resolution to our troubles with the Hur'q. I'm happy to be part of such a solution, at last. Thank you for your efforts in getting us all to this point. To peace.
Na, Garak?
Thank you for meeting me here. Strangely, I find it easy to center myself in this shop, even relax. Quite so. Cardassia is about to begin a new journey, as it were, and I'll be going along for the ride. Oh, it is. Cardassia has been offered membership in the Alliance, and we've accepted. Our seat at the table was hard-earned, but we're ready and grateful to join the ongoing efforts. Officer exchange programs have already begun. In fact, I suspect you'll be seeing more Cardassian faces in the future. I hope you show them the same courtesy as you've shown me in our shared adventures. Oh, I'll be spending time on Earth, Kronos, and New Romulus. The life of an ambassador is never dull, after all. Someone needs to make sure the Alliance doesn't forget about Cardassia, and I suppose that someone is me. I'll be sure to follow your exploits, of course.
Jetzt fühle ich mich
They'll be far
beobachtet.
more entertaining than economic forecasts and state functions, to be sure. I believe our fearless leaders would like to have a word with you.
Mit den Allianzführern reden. Ernsthaft. Sage mal. Wo müssen wir da hin?
Gleich in den Mann. Hier, stehen sie schon.
Ach. Na gut, fangen wir mal mit dem guten alten Ditan an.
I have initiated a dialogue between the Dominion and the Karema. In light of recent events, I feel it is imperative that their conflict is resolved peacefully. Whether that results in an independent Karema or not remains to be seen, but I shall endeavor to help them reach a result that is beneficial for both parties.
Admiral
There have been
Quinn.
some significant diplomatic events since your return from the Gamma Quadrant. First, the Dominion is joining the Alliance. Having them as allies will take some getting used to, but the opportunity was too great to ignore. As a condition to joining the Alliance, we requested that the Founders take steps to free the Jem'Hadar from their addiction to Ketracel White. I'm happy to say that Ambassador Odo is inclined to comply with that request. It will make things interesting in the Gamma Quadrant, to be sure. Still, it's been a long time coming. The Jem'Hadar should be able to live their lives freely.
Und Kanzler
The Harvest
Jalpok.
Cool sector has been designated as independent from the Dominion, and a Hur'q neutral zone has been established around it. The Empire will join the Federation and the Republic in keeping the peace between the Dominion and the Hur'q. We have experience in enforcing a neutral zone, after all.
Das stimmt.
Martok's use of the beacon and the return of the blade has led to a renewed interest in Kalis throughout the Empire. Some say that Martok stands with honor next to great heroes like Tukuvma, Vok, Lorel, and Kane. As if getting along with a stubborn
Ich
old
schlaf mal
Targ
eine
wasn't
Runde indessen.
difficult enough. His ego will be larger than Mount Hamar at this rate.
Die hören
It
sich
is
alle so gerne
fortunate
selber
that
reden.
Martok has little in the way of political aspirations. Otherwise, I may need to kill him. Again.
Das findet er auch noch lustig. Zur Krankenstation zurückkehren. Dr. Begier. Aber das ist dann wirklich der letzte auf unserer Reise.
Odo
Things
will
are
auch noch.
finally settling down around here. Well, as much as it ever settles down, that is. Well, there's a lot to be done with the Hur'q, and being part of Starfleet will help me make things happen in that regard. When I'm not here, I'll be working with the Lucari and the crew of the USS Aventine to help the Hur'q get back on their feet. Indeed, but I happen to be married to the captain of the Aventine, so it won't be, you know, too bad.
Zufälligerweise
The kids
ist er
won't be
mit ihr
joining us until
verheiratet.
Kumaki
Haha.
and her team restore Havas-Kul to a more habitable state, however. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. But until then, be safe out there.
Wir passen schon auf uns auf. Keine Bange. So, Odo.
The Dominion is about to go through a number of changes, liberating the Jem'Hadar from the White, phasing out the Founders' benevolent dictatorship, establishing a safe haven for the Hur'q. Needless to say, I'm going to be very busy for quite some time. No, there are still a number of Founders within the Great Link who
Kleiner
will be very
Umsturzpause,
resistant to
dafür wird's
change.
Zeit. Jupp.
I'd like to think they're outnumbered by those willing to take a more democratic approach, however. The last thing anyone needs is a Dominion civil war.
Das stimmt.
Also, not all of the Hur'q were cured. We'll be dealing with rogue swarms for some time. I
Gut
hope
zu
we can
wissen,
call
dass
on you
man
in
noch
the
mal auf die
future
Hur'q
if we run
treffen
into
kann.
that special kind of trouble you have a talent for dealing with. Oh, and speaking of trouble, you might keep an eye on Quark. That little
Auf
act
Quark
of
muss man
heroism
immer
with the
aufpassen.
sword of Kalis.
Immer. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, wir haben hier genug geredet, genug Politik gemacht. Wir verlassen das System und fliegen nach Hause mit wenig Errungenschaften bzw. wenig Beute. Aber wir haben den Gamma Quadranten gerettet. Und das auf Elite, wohlgemerkt. Und so,
Das war
The
episch.
future of the Dominion
Das
is
war
uncertain
absolut
for the first time
episch.
in many years. Without the Founder and her unbreakable will at the center of it all, the Gamma Quadrant will undoubtedly go through a great deal of... If you'll excuse me.
Congratulations, General.
Und damit sind wir beim Gamma Quadranten durch und fangen mit der Age of Discovery demnächst an. Hör auf zu reden, nein. Eieieiei.
Ja, Odo ist entschieden.
Ich bin entschieden fertig mit der Welt. Ich brauche jetzt erstmal einen Raktagino oder ein Fässchen Blutwein und vor dem nächsten Episodenstrang muss ich mich erstmal ein bisschen ausruhen und vor allem mein Schiff ein bisschen sauber machen. Ganz schön staubig geworden. Ja, und dann sehen wir mal, wie es weitergeht, würde ich sagen.
Jo, dann wünsche ich viel Spaß im Aquarium.
Danke, blub blub.